So now we just have to make sure we do this fast enough that our friend Milton doesn't get killed. And yeah, that other guy wanted to just stop everything. That would not have been a good idea.
But this is no true
Okay,
unicorn.
so let's go this unicorn in quotation marks.
Perhaps an apple will work, or some sweets.
Oh, this
would not
people
be
again.
in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Uh-oh. Time to chase after it. Okay, here we go. Find a treat for the unicorn.
Almost had it.
Okay, we need a treat. What does it want? Oh, excuse me. Searching. A peacock? Do you want to eat a peacock? Probably not. I don't think that's how it works. What's this?
Roach likes carrots. Maybe unicorn will too.
Okay. Oh, it says on the left side, I got a new quest item. Put it in an appropriate slot. Blah blah blah. Okay, it's not important.
This, I know it's not real, but it's so beautiful, all the same.
Roach won't eat bread either, except if it's stale.
Interesting. But these two. Hold on, I want to talk to these two. It's forcing me to walk slowly, which is rather unfortunate. Actually, I can just unequip it, right?
Master Witcher, here to
Consider yourself greeted.
Person's looking at me suspiciously. Look at that expression. Look at that suspicious expression he's got on his face. I don't like it. Okay. Is it the peacocks making these like cat sounds? It is. I wonder what that was. Okay, let's go the horse now. No. We do this.
You say to a delicious crunchy carrot.
There we go. Okay, that works.
Easy.
Okay, so there's only one of those though, so only one person can have one of the clues.
Gardens are huge.
Kind of doomed.
Better off on horseback.
Oh, do I have to get on the horse then? Okay, I guess I do. Cool. It's kind of dangerous. I'm gonna run over somebody. Okay. It wants me to go up this way, so I guess I'll go up this way.
Hey there.
Come on, you can do it. No, it wanted me to go down that way. What's this guy doing? Oh, fire eating. Excuse me. Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
It's always a little weird trying to control a horse through places like this. I know you can just not press anything and they'll follow the road, but they all sometimes don't. Okay. Yeah, the horse was a slow way to do it.
It looked gold.
Did someone back
They're confused that I'm diving in. I'm just doing it the easy way, okay? It's candy. We need a golden fish. Okay. Oh. About this one. Hello? Can I examine it? No? Oh. More candy. Maybe this one? Nope.
Swim on, good man.
Swim on, good man. Thank you. Okay. Which ones am I missing? This one? Nope. Where is it? Okay, this is... Oh, I see it. Okay. It's clear now. It's that one over there. But let me just grab this candy first. It doesn't even let me actually interact with it. Oh! I see, because I can't even grab it.
Hey,
Somebody
wait.
else got it.
Stop. It's important.
Well, we're gonna have to go beat him up.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon its heavenly course doth trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
What? Oh.
A key.
Okay, I was listening to what this guy was saying. I thought he was giving a hint about like where to find it, something about the moon and where the moon goes. But no, apparently you just smash it and get a key. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to quit. No, don't you do that.
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful.
I mean, that was kind of disgraceful to just put it on the ground and smash it.
Outrage.
I mean, I don't disagree. I think that it is kind of an outrage, but it is what it is. Can't do anything about it now. Geralt wanted to smash it, and so we smashed it. What are these things? I know they're lanterns, but they're weird looking. Okay, here we are.
Slower.
No buts.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules.
Yeah, who are you talking to, buddy? Excuse me?
Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel?
Unfortunate.
Begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese. Yeah, a cave would make sense. Because it's bigger at the front and they get smaller, right? The palace pantry? I mean, that's also could work, right? It's easily emptied out, but I don't know. I don't think that really fits. A greenhouse? Don't think that works. Someplace cramped? No. A cave is what I would think.
Groans. Hollows. Could be a cave, I guess.
Now that's just silly. Look,
I mean, it's a silly riddle.
hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is. We get green. Then mouse, but starting with what heads hard cheese.
Okay, I never would have gotten that.
Why,
sure.
it's greenhouse.
Sure, whatever.
Clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
Alright, off we go.
Wait here.
We saw something in there, didn't we? Oh, that's not good. That's a vamp. I feel like that's a vampire.
What the butch?
It's giving me vampire vibes. He's got long
was that?
claws. Well, maybe not. Definitely humanoid, though. He can certainly move. Yeah, we're not equipped to follow him. We need to lure him, if anything, if we want to catch him. Or make him attack us. Oh, never mind. We're fighting him in the similar looking place as to where we fought the vampire guy we fought. The high vampire.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first...
So, why was that other thing trying to find that hand, though? Or something else on that person?
Was dear to me. Now you pursue me.
Okay, it was his Bruxa.
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
Innocent is what he's gonna say.
How many innocents have you cut down?
Many? None. How many innocents have we cut down in this game? Have we cut down any innocents in this game? I can't think of any. Nothing springs to mind. I don't know what he's done in the past, though. I'm gonna say none.
I don't kill innocents. Murderers, though, you bet.
I'll soon be done. I've but one left. And you, should you not stand down.
And once you're done, intend to leave? Go kill somewhere else?
No. I intend to live. Happily ever after.
Okay. I mean, can't you live happily ever after now? Why did he have to do... Why did he have to attack you?
Stench.
Alright, our dodging game is gonna have to be on point, I think. Oh! This keeps blocking. Stop blocking. Okay, can you... Sir, stop blocking. Holy crap. I haven't hit him. There we go. Do I have to let him hit me in order to attack? Or is this another situation where I need to be using my block? Hold on. How do I block again? Like that. Oh, wait, was that a parry that I just did? Wait, maybe parries actually make sense. Oh, that didn't work. Never mind. Yep, okay, that parry worked. Wait. I've been misled. I've been told that parries are bad, but parries are actually kind of good? Hold on a second. And also, I need my actual food to be equipped. I think I just poisoned myself. Let me... Okay, it is equipped. It's not... There we go. Okay, we're good now. Nope, not good. Ah! Wait, did we die? What happened? Or did we hurt him enough? I guess we're not finishing him off here. Just flees. Oh! Ooh. What?
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No.
Regenerate?
He's my friend.
Your friend? Who is this? What?
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well.
I don't know this guy, but I guess Geralt does.
Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle.
I guess vampires are very hardy things.
You can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Okay, so he was somebody who helped us out in the past and ended up getting melted into a pillar? Okay. Yeah, how'd you regenerate? I guess we'll ask this.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Oh, I see, okay.
How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
Okay. So yes, the killer I'm hunting. You seem to know him. What brings you back after all these years? Well, let's talk about this.
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
I doubt you could
Why
do that.
You think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender readily.
So that's his name. He's your
Dettlaff.
friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is, how would you humans put it, more bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one night since I got here, at least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Okay, but what reason would he have to kill Milton?
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
I mean, it'd be great if you could just come back here and we could ask him.
Faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once, in the street, had offered Dettlaff an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend.
Other people can be good people too, I guess.
Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains.
Vilgefortz. Okay, so they were fighting Vilgefortz, and that's when this guy got melted. And the guy also helped him, okay.
He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him immensely.
What could have angered him? And what could have angered him that Milton did?
Anything specific? Some
Milton
set of
seemed
things
pretty
that'd be
cool.
likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Detlef doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions.
Or the like the virtues that they're trying to espouse.
Naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Gotta find him before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
Yep.
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Detlef is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here.
Yeah, that would be cause misunderstandings.
We'll meet there.
See you.
Yeah, get out of here. That would be for the best. Okay, he can turn into mist. Very cool. What's his special ability? So you said that each vampire has like unique attributes.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Okay, I mean, that was simple. Good, they didn't argue. We are dead. Interesting. We have no HP. So did the battle end because I lost all of my HP or because we got him to a certain HP threshold? Because I wouldn't have died. I still have my adrenaline, but I'm just curious. Okay, well, I would at least pretend like I'm investigating the site. Purchasing brief. Toy inventory? Okay. Deed to Corvo Bianco. Oh, we got some of the stuff here. We, Anna Henrietta, by the grace of the gods, Duchess of Toussaint, do hereby grant Geralt of Rivia, crest of the bridge, the lands belonging to the estate of Corvo Bianco, together with all goods and chattel found thereon. Furthermore, Geralt of Rivia now becomes the owner of the estate and swears to see to its care and upkeep. Do we? I don't want to. Can we sell this? He is to make it fertile and beautiful, and shall enrich himself from the harvest that the land provides, for his own glory and the glory of Toussaint. I'd rather not have this deed. Let it be known to all and sundry that in our fair domain, deeds of beauty shall never go unrewarded, and the land shall never lie fallow, for both deeds and land exist to bear good fruit. For illustrious grace, Anna Henrietta. Yeah, I'd rather not be responsible for making for upkeeping our land. I don't want to be part of an HOA. No, thank you. Clue from the horn of a unicorn. End like a mouse with a head of hard cheese. Okay. All right, let's get out of here. Meet Regis at Mare.
We must allow the
La...
Witcher to ply his trade.
I can't. I'm not gonna try to pronouncing that one. I'm usually pretty good with pronouncing stuff. That's a little too long for me. Let me just get out of here and see how we get there. Although this place is really cool. Oh,
Sir,
what? I ran into
sir,
something?
A letter for you, sir.
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
And yet he knew how to find us. Sam says post is paid. Yeah, no, here's your tip.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
Yeah, we're not gonna not pay the kid.
My dear friend.
I've been told you're on a jaunt to Toussaint. I do hope you don't overtax yourself during the wine festival. The effects of such exertion at your age can indeed prove most detrimental. I've come upon some information which might be of interest to you. While browsing through a colleague's book collection, I found mention of one Professor Moreau of Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. The details I've come to learn are rather vague, and his laboratory's location remains a mystery. Yet his journal should at least provide hints as to both. It is said he was laid to rest with it in his tomb.
Okay, so you can find a journal
I found in the tome
about
I
Witcher
happened upon.
mutations.
Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. Should you grow tired of sampling Beauclair's ladies, wines, and other exquisite delicacies, this matter might prove a fruitful diversion. Investigate at your leisure.
That does sound
Your
fun.
friend, Yennefer.
Alright, thanks for the info, Yennefer. So,
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
so that's interesting. So, with the Heart of Stone quest, like, or DLC stuff, we got the, yeah, I'll do this so it marks it as red. With the Hearts of Stone DLC quest, we also got,
Quite the fragrant whiff.
oh my gosh, these NPCs are too talkative. We also got, the way to make rune forging. There we go, finally remembered the word. That was, like, its extra upgrade tree thing that it unlocked for us. So now that we're going into Blood and Wine here, is this quest unlocking something else similar to rune forging, but for our Witcher abilities? That's the impression that I'm getting there. Also, we actually have a decent amount of money now. Also, now that we've leveled up, don't we have a sword that we can use now? Where is it? Yeah, Iris. Weapon charges with energy during combat. When its color changes to red, a strong attack will release this energy in extra powerful strike at the cost of part of our vitality. So this hurts us rather than heals us when we attack. I'm gonna try it though. Unfortunately, that means we're not using our Caretaker Spade anymore, which endlessly saddens me still. I still think that's one of the saddest things ever, that we just can't keep using our same weapon over and over again. Okay. Now let's continue on. How do I get out of here? Actually, let's talk to some of these merchants and see what they sell.
Whoa! A witcher! A serious
Because I have some stuff to
client
sell
at last.
as well.
Tell me, what do you need? Honeysuckle? Ginacia petals?
Okay, let's talk to him.
How's business?
The coin is good, but just between us, I'm going batty with boredom. I know what my customers want before they open their mouths. Boltmen, birch sap. Ladies of all walks, whatever fragrance Duchess Honoretta prefers at the time. If just once somebody would order some poison, eh?
You sell poisons? Okay, alright, sure.
Show me what you've got in stock.
I love the presentation of this game. Like, it seems like it's a seems like it's gonna like jump into a quest line there, with how elaborate the like the setup of the scene is and whatnot. All right, I'm gonna sell some of my garbage. Okay, I can't actually sell any of my armor here. That's unfortunate. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Do you see what I'm seeing? Do you see what I'm seeing? Formula: lesser mutagen transmutator. Blue to red. Buying that immediately. Where's the other one that's green to red? There you go. Wait, why is there multiple formulas for this? Green to red. Mutagen transmutator. Why is there like a million of them? Is there a reason? Do I need to buy more? Whatever, we'll buy another blue to red, sure. Okay, hold on. Wait, I can do it from here.
Show me what you've got in stock.
I can do it from here. Let me go over here. Hold on a sec. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. How do I craft it? I need this? Winter cherries? I need cherries. Okay, so there's multiple recipes though. Is that what we're getting at? I think that is what we're getting at here. So hold on, let me buy all of them. Let me buy all of those. And then I'll see if I have anything I can actually use. Oh, I don't have enough money anymore. Okay, that's fine. I think I bought most of them. Yeah, I'm only missing one of them. That should be fine. So is there any way I can... No, I still need cherries. Oh, and these are just the level 2 ones, that's all. I get it. That's all. That's the only difference. But I still need cherries either way. How do I get these? Where do I get winter cherries? I'm going to be on the lookout for winter cherries from now on.
Need to get going.
Okay, so yeah, that's huge. Winter cherries. And you got any winter cherries in here, buddy? Okay, I'm also out of money now, so that's going to be a little unfortunate. But I'm sure I'll be able to make more. I'm just going to go search this guy's house for winter cherries. And probably check out some of the other shops as well. And try to sell some of the stuff that I've got in my inventory. This is such a pleasant place. It's so much cleaner and nicer than any of the other cities or areas.
I shiver just looking at him.
I wonder why. Like, if we compare where this is it because, like all these areas were so dead, especially I mean, you know what? I guess Velen was a marsh. And it was called the No Man's Land because it was between the areas of war. Was White Orchard really that bad? I guess maybe it wasn't. So maybe it's, I mean, and Skellige was just a nice island, right? There wasn't anything weird about it, although there was a lot of monsters. Kaer Morhen was fine, I guess. I guess this place really, I guess the world in general isn't as destroyed as I keep thinking it is. It's just this place is so unusually nice. This lady needs some help. She's kind of stuck there. Can you get out? Okay, well, whatever. I guess that's her life now. Okay, this guy has a quest, so I feel like he'll probably say something important.
Witcher from the School of the Wolf, here in Tucson. Greetings. I'm Lazar Lafargue.
Geralt of Rivia. Seem pretty enthused. Got a job for me?
Rather. Mind you, it's no monster hunt, but I'm sure you'll be interested all the same. I'm an armorer, see, and I've for years sought diagrams for Witcher armor of exceptional quality, Grandmaster level.
Heard of them. Never seen any, though. Thought they were lost.
Not quite. For I've been lucky enough to learn that their holders came to Tucson. Alas, they then perished, but I know where. I just need a partner to help me retrieve them.
If you know where to look, why not get them yourself?
No offense, but do I look like a rough-hewn adventurer? Besides, who would serve my clients while I roamed about seeking...
So you have to go find armor for him.
No, I rather...
Or the diagrams to the armor so you can craft them.
Such matters. Bring me the diagrams, and from them I'll forge for you whatever you fancy.
Okay, I mean, that sounds pretty fun.
All these diagrams somehow wound up in Tucson? How is that even possible?
Although I like our current armor because it
was once home
is
to
glitched.
Tjensail, a legendary and now deceased elfin master armorer. Witches from all corners of the world came to him to forge their plate, their mail.
Heard about him. Supposed to have been the best.
And thus he charged a king's ransom for his work. Witches would take difficult, dangerous work to earn the coin to pay him. Some, alas, met with misfortune, and the diagrams they carried were left to rot with their earthly remains.
Got it. Find them, find the diagrams. But how can I know where to look for their remains?
As it happens, I learned my trade at Jensai's side.
Really?
So I heard the stories of the missing witches firsthand. What
He learned
told
from that
me-
elven armor?
That is what discouraged me from seeking the diagrams out myself. We must strike a deal. I shall tell you all I know. In return, once you found the diagrams, you will let me draft a copy.
Yeah, how did he end up
This
apprentice
elven
to him?
master. How'd he end up taking a human for an apprentice?
My father forged armor. As a youngster, I helped him, then began forging my own pieces. Master Tiansail saw my work and offered to take me on as his apprentice.
Must have been really good
Now,
then.
Years on, do I realize the honor that was. Alas, my master perished in a massacre later, slain by racists. Though he taught me everything he knew, I did not manage to complete the guild's requirements for Grand Master while he lived. I know I have no equal in the trade. Yet, until I complete Witcher armor of Grandmaster quality, I shall never be certain I've become my teacher's equal.
Where do I look for these diagrams?
I know of 5 likely fallen witches, each from a different school of the wolf, griffin, cat, bear, and manticore. Which should I start with?
Okay, that's a lot. Changing the subject. All right, fine. We'll go through each one.
Tell me about my brother, the wolf.
His name was Aton. I remember him well. My master liked him, helped him find a safe, yet well-paid contract. A few years ago, an archaeological expedition arrived in Toussaint from Castel Gropian. They questioned my master about the elfin ruins at Termes. He warned them of the danger there and recommended they take Aton as an escort.
What kind of danger did he mean? Any idea?
Legend claims wraiths haunt the chambers beneath Termes. I cannot say if there is any truth to this, but both the scholars and the Witcher disappeared without a trace.
The Griffin.
There's no guarantee
What can
we
you
won't
tell me
disappear
about
without a trace.
He came some 200 years ago, but my master remembered him well. This Witcher was not stripped of emotions, you see,
Really?
as his colleagues were. He had taken on a contract at Fort Usa and required better gear. He showed my master his diagrams, paid a deposit, and was never seen again. Apparently, he rode off one night from the fort, never to return.
Yeah, that one's
Any
more
idea where he
vague.
went?
No, it said he left in a rush, so he may have left something behind. Only ruins remain of Fort Usar, but you may wish to search them.
Yeah, so this guy, he's sending us off to where a bunch of Witchers died, but I'm surprised he's not worried that we're not gonna come back alive either, because we could just get sent in there and then die the same way if it's that dangerous. I mean, we won't, but
Let's
for all
talk
he
about the
knows.
cat.
A year ago, Bartolome de Launay, the ducal armorer, asked me to confirm the authenticity of a Witcher diagram he had received by messenger. You see, at the time he was working on new armor for the ducal guard. A Witcher from the School of the Cat offered to sell him diagrams for a full set of gear. The diagrams would have been helpful indeed.
The diagram you saw, was it really a Witcher diagram?
Beyond any doubt. It's a shame Delaunay didn't let me draft a copy. was quite shaken up, afraid the Witcher might simply kill him and take his coin. Possibly a well-founded fear. Soon after, Delaunay disappeared without a trace. I would have searched his former home for clues, but it has fallen into disrepair, and it is simply too dangerous there.
Tell me more about the bear, can you?
He appeared shortly after Master Tiensail took me on as his apprentice. I remember the bear-head medallion that hung from his neck. I remember a towering witcher who haggled like a fishwife.
Witchers never have too much coin.
True, this one clearly was not wealthy. But he pledged to bring us coin after he completed a contract at the Tufo vineyard, where a building had just collapsed. Time passed. The bear never showed.
How long ago were some of these things, though?
My master sent me to the Tufo estate. As it turned out, the Witcher had indeed accepted a job. Yet that was all they heard of him, and that is all I know.
Like, some of these things sound like they happened many, many years ago. There's no guarantee that any of these diagrams are going to exist.
School of the Manticore. Probably know the least about it. Though once, long ago, wore some armor forged there.
My master said the Manticores have their fortress in the Far East. A century past, one of their number came to him, a witcher named Merton. He made a poor impression on my master. He stank like a dwarfen still, and quarreled fiercely all the time. Tiensail slammed the door in his face and told him to return when he sobered up. He would conduct no business with a drunk. The Witcher, however, failed to return. Folk say he got into a booze-fueled brawl with the ducal guard.
Jeez.
He was arrested and sentenced. Bastoy prison, where he was held, well, it's been a ruin for years. Still,
again, for
you
years.
May want to start your search there?
So, the school of the... Yeah, he was not representing the school of the Manticore very well. But, again, this stuff has been happening many years ago.
On the path.
I don't know how we're going to find any of that, but it's cool that we got some scavenger quests out of that. Okay. I think we're at where we need to be. Are we? What's with all these drunk people? Okay, maybe not. Yeah, okay, we're still not where we need to be. I don't know what all these people are doing here partying, but I guess I'll let them party.
Hey, with the blades on your back. Help us! Look, monsters all about.
Okay, something's going on here. What is that? We've never seen this before. A racket sport? Why don't I have a weapon out? What is an racket sport?
Show me what you got.
What is this? What is this Mario thing that I'm fighting here? Piranha plant. Okay, come down. Burn. Surely you burn. Okay, maybe not. There we go. Sheesh. What the heck? So, like, it spawns at multiple different spots? That's how it works? Weird.
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
I mean, graveyard makes sense. He's a vampire, right? Wait, what's going on? What am I fighting? I don't want to be fighting something. Let me in.
Regis! Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here.
Really? You didn't unlock the door for us?
Die.
Okay, I can't actually use my Witcher senses because something else is still angered. Okay, get off. Get off, Geralt. What exactly am I fighting here? Is it more piranha plants? What's happening? Another one? Why? Oh my goodness. Okay, calm down. Are you dead? Hello? Okay. Sheesh. Alright, are we good now? Can I actually look around? Alright, let's see. Searching, searching, searching. Okay, we got more weird plant things. I want to... Okay, I guess I need to attack it, sure. Yeah, it really seems like it's a bad idea to have graveyards in this day and age. Oh, I didn't mean to look at the grave. That's cool that I can look at the grave. Is it over there that I need to go? Oh, okay, there's something. Alright, then I go. Ow. This is also a new feature, I think. Kick a more worker.
Kikimores. Have victuals aplenty around here.
Victuals aplenty. I don't know what a victual is. Starting to use weird words I don't recognize. Oh my gosh. Calm down. Holy crap, the poison. What is going on? Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Okay. There we go. Please die. Sheesh. Oh my goodness. Poisonous stuff is really a problem for me.
Kikimore eggs. Need to incinerate these to hatch.
Got it.
It's some stench.
Okay, is that all of them? Oh, okay. Hello. The warrior. Can I parry this thing? I don't know if that. Oh, I don't know if that worked. I don't think that worked out very well. Let's not try that. Ow. Okay. Well, we made it. Sort of. Sheesh. Where am I going? This way? I don't want to... I guess I'll pick it up. Oh, okay. I found where I needed to be, apparently.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
Yeah.
Privacy. I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
You could have just broken down the door, though. That would have been worse.
Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Yeah, we're good at finding people.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
Don't lick it, please. Okay, he's got the ring.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Okay. What are you going to want to use a hand for? The ring? What's its provenance? Can you just summon him? Maybe? I mean, I guess I do want to ask all these stuff, but let's ask about the ring. He seems fixated on it.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
That's nice that there is some nice vampires around.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy of Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
This is very cyberpunk, what we're doing right here. That's something that we did a lot in cyberpunk is go through the memories of the deceased. And it seems like we're going to be doing the same kind of thing here. Okay.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force...
Is it like the highest of highest vampires?
The very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Fair enough, but it sounds like we're probably going to have to do it that way at some point. Which is going to be interesting. What, do we have to, like, summon the vampire lord? Is that what we're doing?
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's mamoon glands, the closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also
is he just going to say we're going to use wine?
Over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
We're gonna use wine and the blood from the hand. That's why it's called blood and wine. And that's how we're gonna find the guy. We should just put that thing in a box or something. I feel like it's gonna run off. Especially since it's very important to us finding him. Like, he could come here, grab it, and run off, although I don't think he would do that. Speaking to the birds?
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned, him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Need a nap instead? No, let's drink.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Got a lot of secrets, we'll say that.
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask indirectly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Let's talk later. There's something specific you... Well, I mean, we're going to ask all these, so let's just start at the top.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand nor move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Yeah, I did.
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back, defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Imagine that dialogue will be different if you didn't complete the main quest.
I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now. Gotta ask you the big question, one everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well-founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
He says that the vampires are fundamentally different from humans and are, like, completely different, but, I mean, this conversation that we're having here proves that we're not that different. The fact that we can relate to each other and understand each other in this kind of
Got
way.
a new life, a new body. That give you a
It
new
can't be that
start,
different.
Blank slate.
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
It's a very
Fair
silly
enough.
thing to
Curiosity,
try.
that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Detloff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard.
I mean, you can apparently die too.
Vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
But how's that like promise been kept? I'm sure vampires still do kill one another, and that might be how this ends.
All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a Witcher?
Interesting. I think the answer is yes. I think he would still be a Witcher. I think he wishes that he could be someone else. I think he wishes that he would be the kind of person that would choose to be someone else, that he would go and live a nice, like, quiet life, live with Triss, live with Yennefer, have a happy existence. But I feel like the way that he is now, no, he would stay a Witcher.
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Yeah.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer, to find out if I like being a Witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah, not something I think about much, but I like being a Witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
Yeah, unless somebody's attacking the birds, I don't know why they would. And we fade to black as time passes. Oh, well, the bird's back. Really just took a nap in the graveyard, huh? Couldn't we have took a nap inside? Do we have to be outside?
Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
You have genes? You said you were a puddle. Okay. I guess a puddle can have genes. Not as far as I know.
Far as I know, none. Now what you got for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught.
Well, time to kill the last one, apparently.
This home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the white survived entirely unmolested.
Why did his brethren or his predecessors try so hard to eradicate these ones entirely? Is this monster just always horrible?
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate. It's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spoons.
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Interesting. Okay. That's an interesting one.
About this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something.
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt. I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear.
Yeah, he's lived a long life after all.
What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Okay.
Let's do this.
So we don't necessarily need to kill it.
I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case
It might.
scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as
We might do that.
But the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
He doesn't quite know how.
Last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
All right. Oh, he teleported, then teleported again. All right. So look for the white's lair. Optional. Read bestiary to learn more about spotted whites. Okay. We will do those things, but we will do. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We will do those things next time. If I don't come back and play more on Monday. Unfortunately, I couldn't really play as much as I quite wanted today. But I do have some places I need to be, unfortunately. But I might have some time tomorrow to continue this. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. If I do end up seeing you tomorrow, well then I guess I'll see you in just a second. If not, thanks for watching, guys. Well, actually, before I end things off completely, let me give you my thoughts just in case I don't continue this tomorrow. So right now, with this whole blood and wine thing, this trying to find this guy who's apparently similar to us, and that he's trying to go and kill things that he thinks are monsters. So for some reason, he thought that those knights were monsters that he needed to fight. And it's similar to how Geralt picks and chooses the types of people he chooses to, types of monsters he chooses to destroy. I personally don't know too much about the guy that brought us here, the guy we were talking to, Milton. I don't know too much about him. From what I saw, he seemed pretty nice. He seemed pretty chill. He didn't seem like a bad person. Also, we're dying slowly. He didn't seem like a bad person. So I don't personally see why he would want to kill Milton. and why that would be justified. But again, I don't know everything about him. Maybe it was justified. I don't know anything about any of these other knights either. But I feel like more than the knights themselves, I feel like this has to do with the virtues that they were talking about, and how maybe the knights, the order of the knights as a whole, doesn't actually espouse those virtues. And perhaps killing those knights were a part of something, but they weren't the actual end goal of what this guy wanted to achieve. I feel like he's actually wanting to punish somebody else, somebody he can't reach. Or maybe it is just related to the thing I talked about where these knights did something a long time ago. Maybe they made some huge mistake in the past, and it involved this this vampire guy. And that mistake in the past, they've set that all behind them, but they're still being judged for it. And I think that actually makes sense, because it comes back to what we were just talking about with the timeline of humans and vampires. How with vampires, they have a very long lifespan, but humans do not. And humans, the something that happened like just 20 years ago could feel like an eternity ago, and they could be a completely different person from the person that they were back then when they made that horrible mistake. So I feel like that's what it comes down to. The Milton that we met and the Milton that we know is not the same Milton that was all those years ago, part of that group that made that mistake that we're going to find out about, that maybe affected this vampire. Or affected people that the vampire cared about. Like how the vampire took revenge for what happened to a kid or somebody who just like helped him out, gave him an apple or whatever. I feel like something like that happened. This band of people, they made a mistake, it harmed someone he cared about, but they progressed so much since then, but the vampire can't see it because the vampire's time frame is very different. Their understanding of time is very different. Their understanding of humans is very different. So I think that's what we're going to have to do, is we're going to have to convince him that no, the human that exists right now is not the same human that made that mistake all those years ago. You don't, maybe you don't need to necessarily punish him in the same way. Maybe they're changed since then. That's my guess about where this story is going, how this is going to be progressing. I like this new character that we're getting here, this new vampire guy that's a friend, and I like that the other guy who's the villain is also potentially a friend. I just like I like meeting these vampires. I like that they're reasonable. I like that we can have conversations with them and talk about deep topics like how it is, like eternal life and how it feels to be reborn and what it means to die and all this other stuff. It's very cool. It's very cool. So I like where the story is going, and I'm excited to, well, once we finish making this thing and seeing the memories, I'm excited to learn more about this higher vampire, and see if we can convince him, because I'm gonna do my best to not kill him. And I like how that also parallels what happened in the arena, where that monster was being forced to fight, and we could choose not to kill it. And I feel like we're gonna get that monster being forced to fight in the arena is gonna parallel this guy that we're trying to track down, and also at the end it's gonna parallel. We're gonna be able to decide whether to spare him or not. So that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. All right, I'm back the next day. Unfortunately, I don't have quite as much time as I wanted to today. Because of the way the day ended up shaping up, I ended up spending about 8 hours hanging around at the hospital, waiting around. So that was annoying. So I don't have a lot of time today, unfortunately. I wanted to play even more because I wanted to make some good progress through this DLC, because I've been enjoying it. But it is what it is. I'll do whatever I can. So we're probably only going to be playing an extra hour or so. But I do want to see where all this is going to go. So, read the bestiary to learn more about the spotted whites, and we're going to go to the whites lair. So let's read the bestiary. I know we've been doing that a lot this session. We've been doing a lot of reading the bestiary. I know, but I do think it's a good thing to do. So we will do that, and I guess we got these new piranha plant things in our logs. So let's read this too, because this is also a new thing. Looks like a flower to me. A hideous, disgusting flower. Blasco Tenerb? Last words. arc spores look like gigantic, aesthetically unpleasing flowers with some of the traits of exceptionally cruel and bloodthirsty sundews. What's a sundew? Is this another thing I need to Google? Why are there so many things I don't understand right now? Sundew. Is that a type of plant, I guess? Commonly, the largest of carnivorous plants. Okay. Got it. They are, however, far more dangerous than even the most colossal sundew. Their particular appearance makes them practically impossible to discern amidst other plants. By the time one draws close enough to realize what they are, it's often too late to flee. Well, they seem to flee themselves a lot. Like, they'll teleport all over the place. Although I guess they're not really fleeing, but they're always moving around. According to popular belief, arc spores are cursed plants grown in soil fertilized by the blood of the dying. They are most often found in places which in the past saw pogroms, bloody rituals, or cruel murders. Again, I don't know what a pogrom is. 4 types of arc spore have been cataloged to date, differing from one another in terms of coloring: brown, the least dangerous; green; and purple, the most dangerous. The final variant, said to have been cultivated by mages in Barnard, is the yellow arc spore, whose strength is similar to that of its green cousins. Okay, so green is the second most dangerous, or the second least dangerous. Or it's the middle dangerous, sure. And the yellow. So which one is this that we're looking at here? Is this brown, green, purple, or yellow? I guess green, right? It's mostly green? I don't know. Oh, I didn't want to leave, because there's still more we need to look at. Let's see. Where's the one we're actually in here for? Okay, there's the Kikamore. I guess we'll, I don't know if we'll get to that later. Let's not read every single thing right now, because I do want to make story progress. Alright, spotted whites. Let's get to what we're actually supposed to be reading about here. The best defense up against spotted whites: stay calm and leave them alone. Fragment on a treatise on spotted whites by Roderick Gillian. Spotted whites were a subspecies of white which the Witchers drove to extinction. They were larger than their unspotted kin, and owed their names to the numerous blotches and effusions. Spotted whites would most often dwell in derelict cemeteries and empty wildernesses, yet at times took to living in abandoned human domiciles. There they would indulge in their greatest passion, creating brews from their own emissions. Okay? Sure. When not disturbed, spotted whites would not act aggressively. If threatened, however, they became very dangerous indeed. In the colder months, when faced with an unseasonable chill, they would slip into a state of lethargy, making them easy targets. Even during their active periods, it is said witchers found a surefire way of besting them, based around carefully casting the Yurden sign, or at least so claims witcher lore. Okay, we're going to use Yurden against it. And also, in colder months, they just can't do much. Okay, and here's an actual look at one. Whites. But this is not a spotted one. They say the dead like quiet. I don't know about the dead, but whites certainly do. Heinrich von Grott. The whites are ghastly and threatening in appearance. One should not approach them with sword drawn or attack them unprovoked. Left alone, they present no serious danger to anyone and are far more interested in mixing noxious brews and cauldrons than in fighting. Then why did the witches go and slaughter them? This species mainly lives around ancient burial sites, though they have also been spotted near more recently founded cemeteries where mass graves can be found. Whites spend the winter months in a state of lethargy, very similar to human sleep. They live strictly solitary lives. In fact, it's practically unheard of for these creatures to appear in groups. Yet, when they fear their territory is threatened, and it is enough for one to step foot in a white's territory for it to feel threatened, whites transform into dangerous foes and even abandon their solitary ways to summon other monsters to their aid. Okay, that's pretty dangerous. The fact, hopefully they mark their territory well so nobody accidentally walks into it. Okay, so now we have to go look for its lair. Well, first question is, where's the nearest? Okay, there's the nearest warp point. So let's head to the nearest warp point and let's go over there. What was that sound? Was that a bird? Like whistling sounds. Ah, okay. So I'm gonna have to just trek across the country. That's fine. Alright. That's what I'll do then. I mean, there's nice views to take in all along the way, but honestly, it's the city. The city that's the coolest.
Dressings, bandages.
What's that about?
I'm not gonna worry about the various side quests just yet.
Go, go.
We will be doing some of them, but when I have a little bit more time. Bar guest. Oh, okay, can I move? Can I move, please? Move, horse, move! Oh gosh, okay, he's gonna throw me off. What are these? And why can my horse not move? What is happening? What is happening? Okay, let me get rid of these things. Now, can my horse actually do good damage to them? I wonder. Okay. You better be dropping some cherries or something else I need. Nope. You're not. Okay, at least that dropped a mutagen of some sort. Where did my horse go? There's Roy. There's Reg. Stuck in a tree. Okay. Carol? Come on. There we go. Now we're fused with the tree. Okay. Come on. Come on. I've been having some horse control problems lately. Okay, we're actually here. We're actually at our destination.
Strange. Get a sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm. A message. Trying to tell me something.
Oh, right. They said that the place had all sorts of spoons around. But the rhythm is trying to tell you something? I don't know about that. Maybe it's trying to tell you something, but I doubt I'm going to figure it out from that. Oh. Roach is grazing. I didn't realize he did that. But I guess it makes sense. Alright. So it said that the whites...
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's
all
clearly
over.
obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around.
Okay. But was the white itself cursed, or
Takes
did...
time. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva.
Or was the place cursed by somebody else?
White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred.
Okay, so it's a hoarder. I can relate. At least in video games. In real life, I'm kind of minimalist. The stuff that I own and
No
keep
spoon
around.
you have shall sate you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon.
Why do you need a spoon to sate you? Can't you eat without a spoon? More spoon key?
A spoon key. Sophisticated
Okay.
crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector.
This certifies the item up for auction. An antique spoon key forged at the Christofferson and Sons workshop in 1210 belongs to Smigol Circus, owner of the pheasantry. Oh? Okay, there's just more writing.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate
Okay, yeah,
you.
he said all this before.
Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense.
So people die if they try to dine with the white? Is that it?
Bit right off.
But whites don't like people around them anyway.
Somebody tried to force feed him. Right arm bit right off. Teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him.
Wait, his right arm has been bit off. How does that... Why does his right arm being bit off mean that somebody tried to force feed him? I can understand the teeth thing. But why do they have to bite off his arm?
Broken neck. Indentation in the skull's lateral surface. Smacked in the head with something heavy. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death.
Okay, so why is this thing trying to feed them if it knows that it's not going to work? And why is it collecting spoons if it knows it's not going to work? Dear Master Levasseur, I know you track outlaws for pay. I have an unusual assignment for you. No doubt you wonder why I've drawn you out here, and why we cannot meet in person. You see, in my present situation, any kind of meeting is very risky. Not so much for me, as for the person with whom I meet, for I am afflicted by a curse, or, as I hope, and why I've turned to you, the side effects of medicine given to me some time ago by a herbalist. Okay, so it's not the white that's cursed, it's a person, Master Levasseur. And he was given some sort of medicine by a herbalist that cursed him, or put something on him that's basically a curse. Soon after I visited this herbalist, she disappeared without a trace. I desperately wish to understand my illness, so I wish to hire you to find her. When you do, learn as much from her as you can about the medicine she gave me. If my suffering is a result of her wickedness, then make her provide an antidote. I assure you I have ample wealth, and will reward you with no small part of it for your services. If it turns out my suffering is not the fault of the herbalist, please let her go. I will then have a different task for you, because this shall mean I am afflicted by a terrible curse, which only the gods can cure. I believe it was cast upon me by a certain beggar, who came by the manor while I was hosting a soiree with a few friends. If you can find that vagrant, I will pay you double. Sadly, all I remember of him is that he sold mirrors. Uh-oh. I am aware this is not much aid for your hunt, yet I trust in your considerable talents and wish you the best of luck. Marlene de Castamara. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's the second of those. I think we're all pretty sure about who that person selling mirrors was, right? The master of mirrors. I like that this, I like the realism in this letter, though, about how he's not really sure about how the curse came to be, and he's providing multiple possible options. Yeah, I think I like that detail. And also, I like that we're getting more references to Gaunt Redim. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad we're getting it. Although, again, I don't expect to see him appear in person in this. Considering we already made him fall into the void and go, ah! So, you know, it'd be kind of weird to see him again right after that. Okay, what's this? Down into the depths?
Actually does seem like a white's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here.
So, he's saying this is a white's lair, but we don't think the white...
White's not particularly tiny.
Is the person who's cursed, right? The white just happened to be here? I'm not sure I'm understanding that right, but I'm sure it'll all get explained in time as I go through this. Okay, that's kind of nice.
Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Table's set. White who lives here is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it.
Okay, so it is the white that's afflicted by the curse. It's not a person. But this white has a name, and is trying to get help from humans. That's weird, because based on what we read in the bestiary, they don't like other people coming into their territory. And it's doing all this stuff trying to make food, desperately trying to make something that it can eat.
Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron.
Okay. Spot that'll let us observe the cauldron. Oh, in there. Okay. Before I go in there, what's down this way?
Thousands of them here. White's been a collector for years.
These are all spoons. Wow. It's a very unusual thing. Okay. I guess we're gonna go there afterwards. After we wait for the white. It's probably gonna try to escape this way, and we're gonna chase it. That'd be my guess. Although, honestly, if it escapes us...
Another spoon. Yep.
While we're waiting for it, and we're cornering it in this room, then that's kind of on us. We kind of suck if that happens. That would just be a skill issue. So maybe we'd talk to him and he actually just leads us that way. There it is. Got all sorts of spoons on itself. No, did it notice us? No, let's try to lift the curse. Let's not attack it immediately. It seems to be somewhat reasonable if it's contacting people for help. Its choice of meal and everything is all rather disgusting, but that doesn't mean it needs to die.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it.
We already know how to lift it? Using bowls? Please don't have us drink that.
You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest.
Although this thing did, like, kill people in order to force them to be its guest, but still. I feel like it's Gontaradim's fault, and I will do anything against Gontaradim.
And now we'll tend to you.
Swap spoons. Let's eat using the spoons. Let's eat not using the spoons. Let's talk to him again.
To get this right, words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
So we could eat not using the spoons, or we would swap spoons. That's the only. It's definitely not eat using the spoons. If it's our spoon, does it mean it'll work? I think it's swap spoons.
Been searching for the right spoon for years, right? But curses can be tricky. Key to this one just might be that you can't eat with your own spoon. That's why we've swapped.
That might work. Please don't eat that, Geralt. Please don't eat that. No, why?
This isn't right. I missed something? Listen, gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight, I'll be right back. Calm down.
Whoa. Oh no, we have to fight him now? Okay, did I do that wrong? I don't think I did. Okay, let's follow him.
Damn it, didn't work. Ate that vile stuff for nothing. Got the brew for Regis at least. Seems I'll have to kill the white in its own junkie, except cut it down.
What? We have to kill it now? Okay, I feel like I must have just done it wrong. Maybe we're supposed to not use the spoons, but I don't think so. I don't think that was it. Words of wisdom on beastly curses. Monstrous curses and their description. Introduction. Curses that change a fellow into a monstrous creature have existed since the dawn of time. They have a variety of origins and a variety of effects. It normally happens that a mage or sorceress casts a curse, and the spell changes the subject. It doesn't always happen straight away. Sometimes the person who's been cursed changes slowly bit by bit. It also happens that a normal fellow can cast a curse. Someone whose conscience is clear and who has done good in their life. Such a person can acquire power, and thus the aggrieved can place a curse on the evildoer. Such curses are strong and cannot be removed easily. Thus, everything by which human suffering is atoned is long-lasting and painful. Okay, I was hoping that would give me some actual information on how to lift the curse. I'm curious if it was actually possible or not. So, I could leave right now. I don't want to go kill the whites. Is there really nothing I can do? Oh, okay. Whatever, I guess we're killing the white. I mean, the white did bring a bunch of people here and... Oh my god, kill them. So I can't feel that bad about it, but... Then again, it probably wouldn't have gone to those lengths if it wasn't cursed. So the true person to blame is the person who cursed it. Oh right, we're supposed to use Yurden, right? Come on over here. Okay, I don't know if that really helped or not. Ow! Come on, get over here. This Yurden doesn't last forever, buddy. Come on. Oh boy. Come on. Okay, we got hit by poison or something. You try a parry. Nope, didn't work. Ow, I'm stuck. And we're dead. Okay. This spoon collector is kinda deadly. Kinda deadly. Again though, I don't think I had any of the right options. You guys can let me know in the comments if there was any way to
kill the white in its own junkie.
Spare this guy. I think there probably was. There's probably some way to do it. But oh well. Oh my gosh. This guy is really strong. He hits really hard. Found a book. What's this? Stained Diary. For a few days now, I've been having dizzy spells. I've never experienced anything like this before. If it carries on, although I can't stand witchcraft and sorcery, I'll have to visit a herbalist. The dizziness has not gone away. Worst of all, it's been joined by pain, so strong that at times I cannot see. I've been to the herbalist. A repulsive old crone looked at me like she had seen a monster. She gave me some cursed mixture that I have to drink twice a day. It's not helping at all. Today, like every day, I looked in the mirror and was lost for words. I usually check that I don't have any wrinkles or bags under my eyes, but today, There are no wrinkles, but I'd rather that there were. I have hair growing on my breast. It's horrible. It's got to be because of those damned herbs. I went to the herbalist to smash her face in, but her chambers were empty. He must have known that this would happen to me and legged it. My family is starting to suspect something, although I am cutting the hair back, which is growing back faster and faster. I've tried to put the idea out of my head, but I can't hold it back any longer. Maybe it wasn't the herbs that have led to this, but a curse placed upon me by an old beggar whom I had to chase off one time. I'll have to find out. I want to hire someone who can find the herbalist. I cannot think, and it is getting hard to write. Loneliness. No family. Eat. I want to eat. Not a good spoon. Empty spoons. Nothing. Eat. It hurts. Mirror. Lies. No.
Poor girl. Realized she was changing into a monster. Recorded it in her diary. Poignant.
Okay, so the white was actually originally a human. That explains some things. I'm just going around hoping that I can find some way so that I don't have to kill it and can break its curse. Okay, so there's something here. I did reload my save back to before I made that decision, by the way.
Smashed mirror. As if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. The monster. Journal's author, maybe?
Yeah, we're putting all the pieces together. I get that, but do I have enough to be able to stop it from needing to be killed? Okay. Let's try eating not using the spoons, maybe. Try this one.
We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons.
I mean, this was a simple answer, but I didn't think it was it. We'll see. Is this just too improper? Still disgusting.
Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness.
Wait, is this working? I preferred my first answer, but alright, I guess this is working. We don't look so good, and understandably so. Okay, we got half poisoned from that.
Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
Okay, so we have to follow it. Okay, so I'm glad there is a way to save it. I just thought, like, eating with... I thought the trading spoons idea was smarter, honestly. I like my original idea, but I guess this was the way you were supposed to do it. But alright. So let's see. I mean, why didn't it think of that earlier, though? That's like a really simple solution. I would have figured it already tried that? Like, not eating with a spoon? Like, why is it collecting all these spoons if it could just not eat with a spoon? It feels obvious. A little too obvious. So it's a little strange that that's the answer.
That stench.
No, I don't want to fight you. Go away. Let's just follow the path. Oh, there he is. Or she is.
Shh, easy.
Okay, yeah, they're reverting back.
Eat. I must eat.
I'll take you someplace safe.
Where exactly would that be? Do we know someplace safe? Oh, I guess we got our own place,
took her
don't
by
we?
the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. I'm
Can she
deeply
use spoons
pleased
now?
finally to make your acquaintance, sir.
Or
Though
still
I do
no?
regret the specific circumstances. In all the commotion, I fear I neglected to introduce myself. I'm Barnabas Basil Folty, and by order of the Duchess, I am to serve as your major domo at Corfo Bianco.
Nice
Okay,
to meet
at least
you,
we have a
Barnabas
servant.
Basil. Love to talk more, but got urgent matters to attend to. While I'm gone, please make sure she gets everything she needs.
Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Okay, but what's still on my mind right now is what about that key? What about the spoon key? What about that door in the place where you'd fight her? That's the thing that I'm worried about. What about the loot?
It's all over. That's what matters. Let's now focus on taking care of Marlena.
Naturally. I shall see to it.
Oh, that actually did. It wasn't yellow, so I thought that was going to tell us some more stuff, but I guess we're just not explaining it to him now. No, I'll tell him.
Asked about our guest earlier. Sorry, I was busy with my hunt. Didn't have time to answer.
When one gazes at that unfortunate creature...
He literally asked us a second ago.
Whatever happened here asks itself.
Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her
Okay, so maybe
table,
it wasn't...
he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse.
Maybe it wasn't Gontradim. Maybe it was just some random beggar. It sounded like it was like the Gontradim since it was speaking about mirrors, but I think I'm mistaken. I think it was just some regular beggar that cursed her like this.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides,
okay,
when
fair
you're
enough.
Right, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
But I don't know. I feel like that solution was a little too simple that it really should have come to mind. He says that the simplest solutions sometimes pass you by, but when you're alive for 100 years in that form, trying everything, I think you would have tried some simple solutions along with all the other complicated ones.
I imagine so. But most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
Although I guess the whole sitting with you willingly thing might have been hard for her to get to happen. But still. The not eating with spoons part should be easy.
History. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Kedweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards.
Okay, so he's an executioner.
Hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, Misfortune struck, and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that
that's a cool sort of person.
It's the sort of man he was.
A shame what happened to him though. That he wasn't able to enjoy it with everyone else.
Give me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill.
Okay, I guess we're getting a tour of our new house, which we really didn't want.
Your estate,
but here we are.
All its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Okay.
Been a major domo all your life?
Where's the hidden dungeon?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
Okay, what is a major domo? I'm just having to do so much Googling in this DLC. Major domo. What is a major domo? A head servant or official in a royal Spanish or Italian household. Okay, yeah, so the lead butler or whatever, or servant. Yeah, I got that, but using all sorts of new words that I'm just not familiar with.
The servants' quarters.
Stuff I already know.
I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
Okay. So he stays in the green building? What you got in here? What you got in here, servant? Dull meteorite axe? Random supplies? More random supplies? Locked doors? This is my estate. You can't be locking doors in my estate. I can go anywhere I want. I'm gonna steal your water and your green mold and your cheese. There we go. That's just the kind of master of the estate that I am. All right, let me out of here. Lots of chickens. Can I shoot the chickens? I kind of need to know. You can shoot the chickens. I got chicken legs out of it, so it wasn't a waste. Alright, let's continue.
Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Okay, so these are olive trees? Is that what he's saying?
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Alright, continuing to follow him around on our little tour.
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order
what a waste!
With wine.
Filling it with wine?
A tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped.
Oh.
Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next
What a
day,
weird
he had
story.
concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon
You didn't even know there was
Mountains
wine in
and
there
began
in the
preaching
first place?
the wisdoms of Lebioda.
The Dragon Mountains? Where the heck are the Dragon Mountains? Are there actual dragons there? Again, we haven't actually ran into actual dragons yet. I wonder if that's going to be a thing. I don't think so. Because this DLC seems to be about the vampire. Okay, dog. Dog, please. Please, dog. Dog. Okay, dog. No. Dog. 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 I can't. You shall not pass. Okay, please. Please. Okay, thank you, dog. Thank you for your magnanimity. For allowing a humble one such as I to pass.
Monsieur Boleus's wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
Okay, that's great and all. It's great that we're learning about our house and all. But does this have any significance, is my is my thought.
Madame Nina planted diminutive...
We are getting a lot of lore on the
flowers
history of
and
this
herbs
place.
here.
I'm just wondering if that's
One might
important at
say
all.
Their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Yeah, he's talking about the history of this place. Is the history of this place going to be relevant? Important? Or are we just having some casual fun learning about the history of the place that we own? Through this guy. I mean, it is pleasant. I just want to know if I need to be remembering all this. About the olive trees and the garden and the two people who owned the place before me. And what happened to them. I feel like if we're spending this much time on it, it has to be important
as
somehow.
an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work, and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
Oh, we're gonna have a stable for Roach. Good. Roach deserves it. False teeth? And then we got the cellar down here where everyone died.
Voila. During Monsieur Boleus's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which...
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Okay, good to know. We're not going in there? Okay.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
Yeah, and the top there doesn't look very waterproof. That's what concerns me. Looks kind of, in disrepair up at the top there. I think everything else about it's probably okay, but... roofs are important. Yeah, look at that.
Welcome
you can see right through
on
the
left
roof
is
to
the
the
master
outside.
bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corfo Bianco is a beautiful estate. Though one must admit, time has taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum
Oh
towards
no,
its beautification,
more people asking for money.
Consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
Okay. What does this do for me if I remodel it? Is it just to remodel it to make this place look better? If it is, I don't have money to spare on that. I'm sorry.
Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
We'll see. We'll see how much it costs.
Decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Work on the house, the grounds. So if we wanted to fix the roof.
About the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
Are we a collector of anything? 5,000? Yeah, we're not doing that right now.
Need to think it over some.
I understand, of course. As the venerable lady...
There's definitely more opportunity to make money in this place, I've noticed. Like, I've actually gained quite a bit of money since starting this DLC. Like, quite a bit of coins. So it might actually be possible for us to spend random money on this stuff. But right now, we're not in that position.
Eve Kniebly would so quaintly put it. The rash oft contract rashes.
The rashed off-contract rashes? I don't know what the heck you're talking about, buddy, but sure, let's talk about something else.
Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today, but I wanted to ask you something else.
I shall be glad to answer your every question, sir.
Never mind, there's nothing else to talk about.
Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Okay. Restore, wait, we have to restore it? Wait, is this not the main quest? It is? Wait, what? Wait, I'm confused. Which part is actually the main quest? Is this the main quest? Retainers, preliminary inspection of the property. Guillaume in the medic's tent. Search for Moro's grave at the cemetery using your Witcher senses. And this is the diagrams one. Okay, so it seems like there's actually multiple stuff for me to do. This one I know is like that side thing that I picked up. This one, what is this one? Oh, this is the one that I got from that kid, right? Isn't this? Is this not the one? Yeah, it receives a letter from Yennefer. Yeah. Okay, that's the one that I got, the letter I got from the kid. This must be the main quest. The visit Guillaume in the medic's tent. Guillaume in the medic's tent. Prophet Lebioda and chivalric principles. Afterwards, he pleaded with Guillaume to visit him in the medic's tent. He said a very urgent matter to discuss. Okay, no, this one I think is also a side quest. I think this one really is the main quest. That we actually do need to go make money and come back here to continue it. So actually, I think what we're going to be doing then is we are going to be doing these side quests just for the sake of making money, which is interesting. And then we're going to be able to continue the main quest. So that's not what I expected, but I actually kind of like that. I kind of like that it forces you to go around and do some side stuff. Although, I guess it technically doesn't force you. If you had enough money, you could just pay your way through this and be over it. Be over it, right? But I guess with the way that I've played it, with the way I've played things so far, I guess I am going to have to go and do a little bit of sidetracking before I can continue on. And actually, you know what? I'm fine with that, because this makes this a pretty good break point, a pretty good stopping point for today. Again, I wish I could play a little bit longer. It is what it is. At least I got a little bit further in the story, got to a nice break point. Next time we are going to go around and do some of those side quests that we got. I already gave all my thoughts last time about all the various vampire stuff, so I'll just give some thoughts about what just happened with the lady here who is cursed. Is she still here? She is still here. Can we talk to her?
Tasty. So wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, well, at least she's doing good here. I'm really glad that I was able to save her. Of course, I did have to reload my save, which I guess is kind of cheating, but I don't know. I felt like my answer the first time was right. I still feel like my answer the first time was right. And I wanted to do everything I could to not kill her, because I did feel bad about what happened to her with the whole, like, being cursed by what I had thought was Gontradin, although now we know it wasn't. And I guess the beggar, I mean, sure, she didn't want to give any food to a beggar. Does that mean that she deserves to be turned into that monstrosity for 100 years? I don't think so. Even if she wasn't that great of a person, she didn't deserve that. And I wonder if that beggar is still around today. I don't think they would be, because from what I read in that book, they should just be a regular person who's just like really virtuous. But like, would a virtuous person curse somebody like that? I feel like that's like an oxymoron or something. Like that doesn't seem to fit. I'm glad that we've got like our butler person to help manage things at the estate here, because I certainly don't want to be the one managing all this estate. I feel like Geralt is going to go off and do adventures in some other far off place, and he's not going to have time for all this stuff. I don't know why we were given this estate in the first place, why we even accepted it, but I guess that's what we're doing. And I suppose since we have to renovate it, that means that this is going to be important and vital to the story of this estate. Something about it, like maybe we're gonna host some sort of party here, or I don't know what, or maybe we're gonna have we're gonna be hiding the vampire guy here at some point as well. Maybe that's gonna be a thing. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I think that's all I've got to say for today, though. Hope you enjoyed watching me go through the main quest lines of this new Blood and Wine DLC. I've been enjoying playing through it, and I'm excited to play more next time. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you then.